welcome back, my fellow puppet building enthusiasts. Or, if this is your first time with us, welcome. My name is Charles. This is my channel, Relax It's Just Foam. And today, we're going to be building a foam head using the pattern that we created in the last video. Sounds exciting, right? I know, I think so too. During this video, I'll be chiming in with some explanations on how and what I'm doing, little tidbits here and there. But for the most part, I'm going to let the video run and speak for itself. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, with that said, some of the process is a little bit repetitive. You know, tracing, cutting, and gluing, it's the same, and there's no point in doing 8 pieces all together. So I'm going to kind of show the details through 1 or 2 pieces, and then we'll just kind of jump through the rest of the pieces. And just so you know, I am currently building this puppet during my live streams in my Facebook group, Relax It's Just Foam. I'm taking those recordings and I'm editing them down and creating the videos like the ones you're about to see. So if you don't want to miss this puppet and see how it turns out, please make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I don't want you to miss anything. So with that said, let's get started. This video starts off exactly where my previous video left off. We've cut out our pattern pieces, and now it's time to trace them on the foam. We're going to be tracing 8 pattern pieces, and I realize this is a little bit repetitive, so I'll only be showing the first couple in detail, then we'll kind of fast forward through the rest. Some things to note is that I'm holding my pattern pieces secure to the foam with my hand as I'm tracing it. You know, you can use pins to secure the pattern piece if you wish. But I'm carefully tracing my pattern pieces out, making sure to get all the details. Nice and slow, we don't want to distort our pattern piece. I'm making sure to transfer my alignment marks to the foam. And I'm making sure to transfer my alignment points to the inside of the pattern piece. Because once we cut them out, if you skip this step, once you cut them out, you're not going to have your alignment points. When you're finished tracing your pattern piece, you need to create a mirror image for the other side of the head. This is accomplished by simply flipping the pattern piece face down and tracing. Just to reiterate, I'm marking my alignment points. This is very important. Don't forget to label your pieces and then also mark the front edge. I do that with an arrow. And now we're just going to kind of skip through. Here, I just want to reiterate how important it is for the alignment to mark your alignment pieces and to bring them to the inside of the pattern. Labeling. And marking our front edge. Flip the pattern piece and repeat. Now that all of our pieces have been traced, mirrored, and labeled, and with the alignment points brought in, it's time to cut them out. I start by removing the excess bulk foam, and then I like to go through and rough cut each individual piece out. Now that that's complete, I'm going to very carefully cut on the inside of my black line each piece. Again, this process is a little repetitive, so we'll fast forward through it. Just to reiterate, I'm very carefully cutting the inside black line. Done, we can start putting it together. Yay! So we're going to start with the darts, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue to all my darts. You can see I fold them in half, that way I get both sides of the darts at the same time. I add all all of the glue to the darts first because that gives us time to let the glue to start dry. Contact cement won't stick unless it's dry. Once the glue is dry, line up the back edge and the top of the piece. Make sure it's nice and aligned, and then just pinch the front together. I'm lining up the back edge to the top and bringing them together and adding a little pinch. If your glue's not drying fast enough, a little cheat for you is I use a blow dryer on low heat, and that does the trick. I'm going to glue the left and right upper jaw pieces together. Same principle, line up the back seams, line up the edges, and squeeze them together. I'm showing here because I'm going to add a 45-degree bevel to that edge and also to the bottom edge, both front face plates. When we put them together, we'll have a 90-degree angle. So to do my bevel, I'm going to go a ½ an inch from the edge that I want to cut the bevel on, and I'm just going to mark a little line there. My foam is a ½ an inch thick, so if you go a ½ an inch above, all we have to do is connect that bottom edge to this top line we're drawing, and that'll give us a 45-degree angle. To cut the bevel, I'm just lining up my razor blade with that ½ inch line, and I'm going just above the bottom edge. I don't want to make the bottom edge too thin, and I'm just going to cut. If it's a little rough, it's okay, because that gives more surface for the glue to adhere to. Now I'm going to mark that ½ inch line on the bottom edge, both front upper face pieces. Same thing, line my blade up to that ½ inch line that I just drew, slightly above that bottom edge, and kind of slicing it away. Being very careful, razor blades are sharp, so watch your fingers. Now let's mark our line on the other side. Now I'm gluing the front piece and the back pieces together. Do this for both sides of the head. Same thing, apply your glue, let it dry, line up your top corner pieces, line up that back edge seams, and then pinch it together, making sure that your alignment points are aligned. Repeat for the other side. This shows how easy it is to mess up on your alignment points, so make sure that they are aligned. If you need to curve the foam a little bit to get them to bend in, that's fine. The head's going to curve. So you got to put that curve in there. See, now they're lined up. Now we're going to glue both sides of the head together. I'm starting at that top seam, lining that seam up. Lining my back edges of my front face plates down to the corner, making sure my alignment marks are lined up, and pinch it together. Turn it around and do your back edge. This is starting to look like a puppet head. Now I'm gluing the left and right lower jaws together. Now I'm adding the upper mouth plate to the face of the head, and you can see how we're getting that 90-degree angle out really well. Now we're going to glue the sides of the upper jaws to the back half of the head. Let's add the lower jaw. You can see there's a little piece of the back plate. Just glue that to the bottom of the jaw and that'll round it out. Now you can see our sculpt and our foam puppet. I think we did pretty good. And this shows one with the 90-degree angle and one without. Big difference. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and found it informative. Before we go on, I want to just make a quick note. In the video, you will notice that the lower jaw protruded out a little bit, and I didn't particularly care for that look too much. He had a little bit, I think it's called an overbite. No, an underbite. It's an underbite where the jaw protrudes out a little bit too much. That didn't go with the character that I had in mind for this. So how I fixed that was I separate it right here where the jaw connects to the back of the head. Right here. Yeah, this line right here. Okay, I took my razor blade, just kind of sliced that up on both sides, and then I removed on this lower jaw portion, I removed about 1/2 inch from each side and then re-glued it, and that got it right where I wanted it. Looks pretty good. Okay, so again, if you found this information informative, if you just want to keep watching me make a fool of myself making these videos, or you want to help my channel grow a little bit, you'd be helping me out if you just please hit that subscribe, like, and ring the bell so you don't miss my future videos. In my next video, I'm going to show you how I made the mouth plate for this puppet and attached it inside the head. So you don't want to miss that, okay? All right. And if you have any questions at all, please remember you can get in touch with me through my Facebook group, Relax It's Just Foam. Perhaps you can join us during a live stream and we can chat while we build puppets. So until the next video, or perhaps the next live stream, thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me, and I'll see you in the next video.